Darren McCarty and Neil Rule can give. It's time for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy.
Big D!
Right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neil Rule, that guy, D-Mac, Darren McCarty, here in the house. We got KG. KG, what's really good?
Not the Commanders fans.
We'll get there.
We will.
These guys. Spencer Raxter in the building. Spartan, shout out.
Hello, yeah. Good dub. Always good to be Penn State.
Yep, there you go.
Took care of business.
They are.
10 in a row for the first time since 2018.
Really?
Yep.
It's 10 in a row now, huh? Okay, shape it up, man. Them v Michigan when they playing.
They February 20-something?
Just once this year?
Twice. Last game of the year and then February 22nd.
Oh, so they like pack them. Okay.
And yeah, you know, we got the best bench in the nation, most bench points in college basketball. We're the best free throw shooting team in college basketball, so couple good things to look forward towards going on a deeper run. You got a deep team. You can hit your foul line shots. That's going to be important going forward.
Yeah, it's funny because getting a chance when we played them at LCA, I thought it was a little more of the back to the Spartan roots. Like they're not as designer.
No, it is, and you see that. And shout out to Frankie Fiddler. That was like his coming out game. You know, he's a big transfer that you got, and you expected him. He's a bucket. That's what he does, and he had 18 points last night to lead the team. It was good. He kind of bailed out that offense a couple times where they were pretty stagnant. They didn't have anything going, and Frankie Fiddler went out there and got you a bucket. So shout out to him. Shout out to Carson Cooper. He stepped up as well. Had some big blocks down there. Xavier Booker had a big play to kind of help them get back into that lead. And then, you know, Fears and Akins and Holloman, man, they're playing great basketball. You got a great guard rotation out there. The front court rotation is looking good as well with Booker, Fiddler, Kohler, and Zapala. Zapala didn't have a good game last night, but still, it's team's looking good. Obviously, Colin Carr is the most dynamic athlete in college basketball, so he's always fun to watch.
Question for you, Spenny. Right now at this point of the season, do you have expectations?
I expect the Final Four.
Final Four bust?
I expect the Final Four.
Okay, so there you go. You got a Super Bowl or bust. You got a Final Four. No, I like that though because it's sort of grown and everything that you've said. You've because hasn't it been? That's what great Izzo teams do is you see them build during the season. They see things like you from your perspective from watching them that it's not as manufactured or whatever. It's back to Sparty basketball. So something to get a real that I love that because when the rivalry between the basketball teams, let alone the football teams or whatever in the state, it sparks it up also too.
There's going to be stakes too.
And that's a great, that's what we want. And that lets you know also that the temperature of the sports, not just professionally, but with the colleges, is getting better.
No question. It'll be live, no doubt. Michigan's a lot of fun to watch, too, just from a basketball perspective. But jump into that Woodward Sports chat thread. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Get in there. Get your thoughts out there. Woodward Sports chat thread. Drew K. D-Mac on Sportsnet yesterday. Let's go Red Wings.
Shout out Jason Bourne and my boy Nick Kiprio.
Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I said. Holy cow, the identity. But, talking shop, talking hockey, it's nice that national scene is recognizing that Detroit's one of these teams that has put themselves into the wild card race. So long ways to go, and they got a big test starting tonight in Florida on this East Coast trip. But like I said, we'll know a whole lot more when they get back from the West Coast in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, this is brutality. The Florida trip, then the Alberta
this is
trip.
My brutality.
Yeah.
Rhea Ripley, yeah.
But
my boy Neil dropping.
No, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see if they're for real or not. Well, like if this is a new coach bump or what it is.
And that's something to get excited about, right? Like for me, who was apathetic, early in the season and stuff like that, 20, 25 games in. I'm prepared because how bad can it be? I've already been there, right? You know what I'm
right.
saying? So this can really show us something, but guys have to step up, and you got to like it. You know, we mentioned it yesterday. We talked about the Wings. Coach don't play.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Thomas in the chat. Neil getting ready to cook the Commanders fans. That was this morning on Washington radio.
Well, how is that?
It was fun. Like the guys, you know, they were cool. Like they were cool. They were cool guys. It's just, you know, the one of them came at me a little bit, and he's like, you know, Neil, I hear you keep talking about like the Commanders' rushing defense. He's like, what about the Lions' pass defense? I was like, well, you need the ball to be able to do that. You're not going to have the ball. Like they have no they have no concept of how this is going to go down. No concept, but they're going to find out.
Yeah.
The Commanders fans are going to find out. And these Commander fans, D-Mac.
Wait, did they understand? Did they get the gravity of what we're talking about? Forget the game. About the experience, the atmosphere? They
said they did, but they didn't. You know what I mean?
Right.
And they were great dudes, man. I had a lot of fun rapping with those guys.
Fact that, like, that's what we like. That's what sports is all about. You know, perspective, this and that.
But they didn't know. They think they know, but they don't know.
So another reason.
No, absolutely. But
I don't know if anybody saw, but like, if you saw it, I'll paraphrase Coach Campbell talking yesterday, and he pretty much said, like, what are you talking about? If you live in what ifs, how are you going to sleep at night?
If ifs and buts was candies and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and they were playing up like, well, look at the playoff history with the Commanders, and I see it here in the chat, movies and stuff. Lions never won nothing, and I said to them, "What have you guys done since HDTV? You guys have been just as ass as the Cowboys have.
They won their first playoff game in 20 years last week.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
If anybody can understand the blight that we've been in with an ownership up to a point, you know, we made it. They had to sell and get out of this Snyder hold, right? And we obviously got it handed down to the family to shield it as somebody who actually knows what they're doing, put the right people in place. So, but I would say the same thing to them is that, okay, it's not the same old Commanders, right? It's not the same old Lions either. So these are the brand new Lions. So again, the best part about sports, no matter how much we talk about it, how much we chirp each other and stuff like this, it's got to be played on the field.
No, and it will be Saturday night at 8 o'clock. There's no more talk about it. Owen Mullen in the Super Chat. You want to jump the line? You can go to the top of the line like Owen Mullen did with the Super Chat. Last week, nobody was talking about Jayden Daniels or even picked them to win. Now they're good enough to beat us. The catering to these ishy franchises is ridiculous. We prove the experts wrong every single week. And Owen, I'm glad you brought that up. And that's a good take because I'm noticing that. And it's something we're going to get into in the first segment of the show. They're doing media tricks right now, and again, it is. It's exactly that. It's the cycle. If you are a national media entity, you figure the Lions are going to win. The show I was on in Washington too, they asked me about that. They're like, don't you feel as though like Lions? He asked me like, are the Lions disrespecting the Commanders? I said, you're a double-digit underdog. Nobody's disrespect. Like you're a double-digit underdog.
You're right.
Like nobody's disrespecting you. But Owen, the checklist works like this. You get a mobile quarterback, right? That's sexy. That sizzles. Mm-hmm. And we'll get into that a little bit later on too. But there's a lot of sizzle to it. You can prop them up, and get your usage out of them this week because after the Lions win on Saturday night, then he's crumbled up and tossed away, and you move on, and then you move on to the Lions the following. You see what I'm saying here? There's like a rhythm. There's a rhythm to all this that you do. It's a content-driving thing.
And shout out to BDE Thought Criminal with the Super Chat in there. He says, Spenny, no emo yet. Nope, not yet. That is
real
exclusive.
Quick. What's up with, for those that don't
you want
know.
A wig?
Spenny in the group,
y'all
in the Woodward Sports
it's going to happen.
Text thread out of nowhere. Quote, does anybody have an emo wig? Unquote.
Yeah.
No context, no reasons.
No. We set a goal for our Super Chats yesterday and Easy, Easy was sick all last week. So he wasn't in. So he didn't know like how much Super Chat we normally get per show. And he set it at 150, which was like, it was obviously going to happen, that we'll dress up like emos for the show today. And, so we hit it. And I overnighted a wig on Amazon. I'm gonna go to Hot Topic between shows and get some accessories. I have Victoria, one of the Lady Jane's girls, is gonna put the eyeliner on me.
You're going all the way.
Oh yeah.
That's what you do, Spenny.
You have to.
Man of your word.
Yeah, I have to.
That's
Chris
what it is.
And then and Easy then said an extra $200 on top of that, and Chris has to wear a gimp suit. And
now come on.
Chris agreed.
Chris didn't know what a gimp suit was.
Yeah, it agreed
so
to
he
it.
agreed to it, and somebody put $200 on a super chat, like
Immediately.
boom, immediately. And so Chris is going to be in a gimp
Is
suit.
he going to have
No,
the
the
red ball
question
in his
is-
mouth?
No ball gag. We're
Who's
not
gonna-
getting
come
into-
on.
no.
Hey, whose gimp suit is he wearing?
He's ordering it.
I'm
I'm calling bullshit on that if he doesn't have the red ball in his mouth.
I told him
No,
because he was stressing.
just
he
the
was
suit-
The
zipper's
suit is
good
enough. The suit is enough.
No, it's not.
he was stressing about it last night. And Easy was sending him all these ones with like chains and shit on them. And I told him, I was like, if it's skin tight leather and has a mask, you're fine. That counts.
Right.
So,
And a red ball in your mouth.
Man, I might have to come. I might have to swing by
it's
Just to
gonna
check
be-
it out.
Yeah, it's gonna be. It's
Finally,
gonna be something.
the heavyweights being the heavyweights.
Yeah.
Spenny, I love it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get like a choker. I'm gonna get
God.
a lip ring. I'm
Just
gonna get
no,
hopefully
don't tell
fingerless
everybody.
gloves.
You got to get
You
a
have
choker
to
that
say
says
it'll be
mommy.
epic.
Yeah.
Just tell Chris if there's no ball gag, I say it's bullshit.
Somebody
But-
tagged me and said I'm gonna look like Rhea Ripley, and I was like, I gotta stay away from JB today. 'cause
Yeah, right, for real. He might
never
hop on
know
you,
what
dog.
will happen.
never
He
know.
might jump on you,
Yeah.
dog.
Woodward Sports Super Chat, Ryan's reaction. The Commanders are lucky to be here. We're meant to be here. It ain't the same. Dante 151 Super Chat. Rest in peace, legendary broadcaster, former big league player Bob Uecker died on Thursday at the age of 90. The
And
Milwaukee
great
Brewers
actor.
announced. Yeah, and great pitchman too. The Miller Lite ads way back in the day.
He does the play-by-play guy in Major League.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
He does. He was electric in that game too.
Oh yeah.
I like when he would pull the bottle of whiskey out and put it on the table.
Oh yeah.
Burn in the super chat. No, let's get this right. Hero gunned in a $100 red,
Yes.
and an even greater hero fired a $200 red. Chat got a little zesty.
Yeah, they didn't
afterwards.
even say anything. Like the super chats you normally pay to say, they didn't say anything. They just put the money in there.
I see
Right,
the,
so-
I see the,
Finally, the heavyweights building the clientele that I thought they should.
yeah.
I see the morning show gonna have to step it up. We might cut a finger
I
off
might
live
actually
on
watch
air,
now,
'cause,
Spenny.
y'all getting ridiculous. We got bidding wars. We got gimp suits. Like, this is some bullshit. Chase just ran outside for our super chat.
Yeah.
Goal. He was supposed to do it shirtless, but he was too scared. So
Dude. Jester in the
Again,
super chat.
again.
we are cutting a finger
what it
live
is,
on air
Spenny?
tomorrow.
$500.
you're
I will cut my
$500.
pinky off.
Yakuza style.
Yeah, it should be an eventful show today.
I can't wait.
I can't wait to see what Easy looks like.
5 to 7. Woodward heavyweights. Don't miss it.
Yep.
Jester Crew in the super chat. We had Darnold seeing ghosts. If Branch or Anzalone catch Jayden in a run, he's going to be a ghost. And yes, Jester Crew, I do agree with that. Certainly. No, but we're going to get into it. What I tell you, KG, about the Goff thing. What I tell you.
They are among us.
They're prevalent. They are absolutely prevalent. We're going to discuss all of it. We'll get into the game as well. Adam Schefter, the GOAT, chimed in.
Black my eyes.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna sing. Every time we come back from break, I'm gonna sing a different emo song.
Jesus
A
Christ.
little bit of a different emo song. So
Nice.
give it a little flair. Yeah.
L.
They're mainly going to be Bayside. I don't listen to a lot of. I loved Bayside when I was, an angsty middle schooler. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be a lot of that.
Angsty middle
No
school.
corn, no none of that.
I'll give a couple My Chemical Romance, a couple Taking Back Sundays.
let's see.
What about this? L in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Next week for $500, a heavyweight will cosplay at their favorite anime Fury.
I would do that for sure.
Of course you
Spitty
would.
would do it.
The
absolutely.
wig I
Definitely.
bought is like a Sasuke cosplay wig. So I already got that.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, you love Sasuke. I mean, he's literally like an emo anime character.
No,
so.
that's a fact.
All right, let's talk about the real world and Caesar Sportsbook, by the way, because in the real world, Caesar Sportsbook is the play for your sports betting, and you can scan the QR code on the screen. Use a promo code Woodward1000, make your first deposit, make your first bet, all the way up to $1,000. And if you lose it, you'll get it back as a free bonus bet. How about that? Commanders fans, if you want to act tough, but if you, as long as you live in Michigan, go ahead, up to $1,000, make your first bet on the Commanders. Then when they lose, you'll get it back as a free bonus bet if you use a promo code Woodward1000. I guess that's a good emotional hedge for you guys. You could do that, I guess. But it's Caesars, man. One of the OGs in the game. The app's clean. It doesn't glitch out on you. The live lines are moving in real time. You can do it, and you can do it well with Caesars Sportsbook. All the betting markets, all your parlays. Get ridiculous. Get that 20-leg same-game parlay. Do it up, everybody. Go crazy. Caesars Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Yo, just in case you weren't listening, on the last commercial here, I got Dr. Pierce. It is true. From the horse's mouth, he did help me win 4 Stanley Cups. You can too. Dr. Pierce, who's here on Big D Energy every Tuesday and Thursdays. That's today. Catch him on Ermanni and Edwards. Trust the guy. I trust it, obviously. MichiganSportsandSpine.com or give Dr. Pierce a call, 426-9944.
All right, we're off and running here. What is it, Thursday? On a Thursday, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter, all of you. Excuse me, 3J in the super chat. I got 5 on it. Hashtag HTTC. So there it is. Tammy Chin in the chat. Good morning, everyone. I'm sure I missed the Stadium Series chat. No, we're going to get to that in a little bit. We will. The uniforms drop, the jerseys drop. Everybody's all fired up about it. So we'll discuss that for sure. Oh, I did want to tell you guys this. Before we get into the Commanders-Lions stuff, these Vikings fans, like I can't tell who's more, but the Vikings fans won't let it go still.
No.
Like things played out. Here's what I don't understand, and this guy isn't the only one. I'm getting a lot of DMs from the Vikings fans. It's like their favorite pastime. Well, Spenny's got one here, as a matter of fact. How can a mess like you disrespect real athletes, considering your Lions are considered the worst franchise across all 4 American sports? Jefferson has more yards in 5 years than your entire roster.
Not true.
Maybe get off the mic and get on a treadmill before bashing athletes. So I responded. I said, what's he done when it mattered most? Nothing. And also, for the record, I ran over 900 miles last year, so I'm not going to let him. I'm not going to let him try to get that satisfaction or anything like that. But the Vikings fans, D-Mac, they will not let this go. And it's wild to me. And I lay it all out there. And he's not the only one that's like that. This is Justin Jefferson's track record. See, when you play in these big games, you get a resume, and it's your playoff resume. And this is what it is. And D-Mac, the world of fantasy football has officially ruined the reality of football because he's on the cover of those magazines all summer long. You're checking out at the grocery store, and you think that's the reality.
2 things.
But in fact, D-Mac, in the playoffs, that's what he is. He's a 48-yard guy.
No, I just wanted to add an attachment and Madden.
And Madden, correct.
Right? Or video games to whatever, where everybody's armchair quarterback and stuff like that. But proof's in the pudding. When does it matter most? I guess is it regular season or is it playoffs that matter most? So, that's what it is. That comment when you started out with your worst franchise, again, you're not living in the present. And then, yes, we know that used to be the case, but that's not the case now. And instead of that, so again, I guess it comes down to we know where he voted. Who would he take? Addison and Jefferson over Williams and Amon-Ra St. Brown, and he was wrong. So
I can't believe the way they're still piping up. Like, bro, it played out exactly as I told you it would play out.
It
exactly.
Really did.
Exactly.
No, and 100%. And to that point, when we broke it down, Kenny and I, who watched the game together, it was like, when was Sam Darnold? When was the moment going to get too big for him? I mean,
and it was pretty much immediately.
It was very
right. So say what you want. We all in agreement that Jefferson's an elite talent and stuff like this, but it's a team game. And he couldn't do it himself. Can't do it himself. And you can point the finger you want, but if you want to look at stats, they're not lying to what you said. Is that playoffs? Nothing.
And look, if you want to get in the weeds and argue the Justin Jefferson point, I'll listen to you. But don't talk to me about the treadmill, bro. I was born on that treadmill.
Tried to fat shame you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Crazy.
based on what?
Right.
They're unfamiliar with your game, Neil.
I guess they are. But anyway, Andrew Chase in the super chat. DC born and raised. What's better for Trump's America? A Detroit win or a win from the team of the capital of the United States?
He got a point.
I don't know. I'm not qualified. I don't the politic thing I don't do. So I don't know.
With Detroit.
I don't know the answer to that.
Trump don't fuck with Detroit.
Jester Crew, Neil coming in with another Vike mushroom stamp. This is why I'm here. I'm not sure I hate Rodgers as much as Neil hates the Vikings.
Neil, who do you hate more, Aaron Rodgers or the Vikings? Fans.
I hate Aaron Rodgers. Like the entity of the Vikings versus Rodgers, I hate Aaron Rodgers more, but I hate the Vikings fans more because they ignore reality.
Right.
Flat out ignore reality.
At least Aaron Rodgers may ignore reality, but he's consistent.
Correct. Like he just lives outside in a different reality.
Yeah.
And there aren't Rodgers fans that are trying to convince you to
Ayahuasca,
say, no,
bro,
Neil, he is good.
Right.
No one, that train has left the state. Sam Flannel's the only one with a ticket to that train.
Even Maz came off of it. You know it's real when Maz come off of it.
No doubt. But anyway, though, as we were talking about, this has become a thing, and I hate that it got like this. Because the Commander fans, Commanders media, national media now is making me... They're not going to make me not like Jayden Daniels. For the record, and for those of you that do not know, I discovered Jayden Daniels. I discovered him. No one else knew about him. I discovered him. But with that being said, boy, the people on First Take, they had an interesting take on it, and I like that they did this. And Spenny, I know you got the clip, and I want to play it for the people because I want to just say, you know what? F it and have the discussion. So let's hear from First Take.
Which remaining NFC quarterback do you want to have the most?
I got to go with Jayden Daniels. And I know it's counter because rookie quarterbacks don't win the Super Bowl, but this brother is special, Stephen A. Jayden Daniels is absolutely unbelievable. The poise that he was able to show in that game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the wild card round. You're only talking about four
when Baker Mayfield fumbled the ball on the ground for no reason.
Road playoff games. And Jayden Daniels is one of them.
When Tampa had 7 possessions,
just so happen to be quarterbacks that have won Super Bowl, that being Joe Flacco, Russell Wilson. The other one, and Mark Sanchez, got the back-to-back conference championship games. So if history tells us anything, that this brother Jayden Daniels is going to be around in the championship rounds. And he may well be in the championship rounds this year because he's going up against the Detroit Lions.
He's going to need some help.
That is a good matchup for him in terms of individual productivity. The Detroit Lions are bottom 5 when it comes to rush yards and rushing touchdowns allowed to opposing quarterbacks. Their pass rush took a hit when they lost Aiden Hutchinson.
Doesn't he need the football?
And so you're thinking to yourself, if Jayden Daniels has an opportunity to have some room, that he could do some damage against that Detroit Lions defense.
We gave him 3 games.
All right, he's missing the key point here. He needs the football.
Yeah.
In order for Jayden Daniels to hurt you either with his feet or with his arm, he has to have the foot. No one's talking about this. Nobody is, D-Mac.
You are.
I am, yeah.
No, exactly, because it's that possession battle and stuff like this. And bringing up the good points. So is Jayden Daniels the one that's going to, turn the history books on their head by, being the first quarterback to win the Super Bowl? You got to get through this. I guess the question is, who do you want? And I think it goes to who's around you too. Whose army you take in the battle, not just your general. I mean, he's a great general, but surrounded by his army, it's just not as finished and full as what we have with our guy who's been leading this charge.
And Zachary Samaj in the Woodward Sports Chat.
Great point.
Great point. He says, this super chat, he said, they said JD is special, and shortly after they say they crowned CJ Stroud early, LMAO. And that's what I said yesterday on heavyweights. Can we think back to the last time a rookie quarterback won his first playoff game and then went into the number 1 seed's house and had to play on the road in the playoffs? What happened there? Oh, that was when CJ Stroud went to Baltimore last year and they got their asses whooped. And do you think Baltimore fans were scared of CJ Stroud? No. CJ Stroud was having a great year. They took care of business because they were the better team. The Lions are going to take care of business because they're the better team.
People caught up in just the heroics that Jayden Daniels can provide. And I hate to be that person, but newsflash, Jayden Daniels' heroics ain't enough to beat the Lions.
Nope.
And I think that's what they missing here sorely.
You need more than one man to topple a fortress. He doesn't have the army behind him.
Lunchbox hooligans. Neil, is anyone going to mention that he is the 6th most sacked quarterback in the league? Jayden Daniels at 46. No, Lunchbox, because that doesn't fit the narrative.
Right.
And this is what I'm tired about too. And the Commanders fans, thousands of you, it felt like, on social media that came after me, they kept hitting me with this question. If you ask the Lions right now, they would trade Jared Goff and picks to the Commanders for Jayden Daniels.
I bet you
and
they
guys, and they're like, who would you rather have? I'm like, well, duh. If you're going to break all this down and I'm going to get Jayden Daniels at $6 million for the next 4 years, yeah, I would be interested in having that discussion. But with that being said, we're not talking about the next 4 years. We're talking about Saturday at 8 o'clock in front of 65,000 people that are lubed up all day long. That's what we're talking about. In front of fans that have never hosted an NFC championship game, that they're 60 minutes away from doing. It's not about who you want for 5 years down the road. Who do you want Saturday night? Because that's when they're playing the football game. It's Jared Goff. There's no question. There's no debate. There's what are we talking about here, D-Mac? 2nd in the league in yards, 4th in touchdowns last year. 2nd in the league in yards, 4th in touchdowns this year. The guy, he was a number 1 overall pick with the Rams, right? Yeah. 3 years later, they're in the Super Bowl. I'm tired of this shit. For real. And I'll get on this microphone every day for the rest of the football season and say, what are you going to say about him now? What are you going to say about him now? It's stupid. It's stupid. It's uninformed. It's lazy. It's ignorant. This Goff slander. I don't know what else you can do. Go look at the man's resume. The 4,500 plus yard passing seasons that are lined up on there. What is there anything that Jared Goff can do? And I know he doesn't care. I know he doesn't care, nor should he, because you know what he's going to do Saturday night, D-Mac? He's going to spin it to the tune of 300 plus, to the tune of 3 touchdowns. There are 4 Lions that are minus money to score a touchdown. What else does he got to do, man?
Here, if he hasn't got your blessing yet, then you're in the crowd that is hard line standing on Super Bowl or bust. So you know what? There is that part of the Goff. I think it's minimal, but obviously they're out there, and that's what I don't get. We're not talking about the future. We're talking about Saturday. We're talking about 2 teams Saturday. We're not talking about who ends up with more Super Bowls in their career and who's this and who's that. What are we talking about? We're talking about Saturday. and going in, and it's beyond that, Neil. Like you and I always use analogies of down the highway, right? Everybody else has stopped. This bus is going. That's like Dan Campbell. It's what he said, and this is what all these guys preach. They're all getting prepared to buckle up and go to war, for lack of a better term, on Saturday night. And the Commanders are in their way. And they got a great young player, and they got some other guys in McLaren and different guys that can make plays.
Detroit Lions legend Zach Ertz.
Yeah, that's right. Never forget.
Yeah.
Playoff roster, Zach Ertz.
It's like what you always say is go, position with what you got. Obviously the rest, which gives the offensive line, right, which Taylor Decker as much rest as Glasgow, as Zeitler, like that's an important part, right? Because it's the units.
Real quick in the Woodward Sports Super Chat, Owen Mullen jumped in. The Ford Field factor is not being accounted for enough. I've been to the Bucs Stadium. It's not a hostile environment at all. Our crowd will shake Jayden Daniels. Great point. I'm going to get to that when we come back. Tell them about Sabbath Coffee.
Sabbath Coffee Roasters, delicious locally roasted specialty coffee dropped off right at your doorstep. Use code word Woodward to get 25% off your first subscription order. Like I said, support local and just enjoy the best coffee. Sabbath Coffee, Michigan company. We should all be supporting Michigan companies. So just enjoy the best coffee made here in Michigan. And like I said, they'll drop it off right at your doorstep. SabbathCoffeeRoasters.com. Use code word Woodward to get 25% off your first subscription order.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Injuries can't stop this train. Choo-choo!
Warriors, good win, break it down.
Super Bowl or bust, baby, for our Detroit Lions. And Woodward Sports will be there all the way. Detroit's #1 Lions destination is Woodward Sports. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Neil Rule here for Woodward Merch. That's right, shop.woodwardsports.com. The all-new Detroit football lineup, the NFC champion shirts. Pretty cool one we have. The Dan Campbell speech the day he was hired, the kneecap speech. We have it with the whole speech on the front. Go to shop.woodwardsports.com. Oh, yeah. There's still a chance we could be booing them kids. Be prepared, everybody. Be prepared. We saw some of the Woodward people. They sent me pictures of them watching the Rams game with the Boo Dem Kid shirt on.
Yeah, right.
Lions weren't even playing in it, but it doesn't matter. I kind of want that. We'll get into that, though, later. There's a part of me that wants that.
Yeah.
Boo Dem Kids, man. Shop.woodwardsports.com. All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, 4-time Stanley Cup champion, KG, Spencer Raxter, all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Use that super chat option, jump to the front of the line. T Rose in the chat. Goff sucks. He just has weapons. I'm fatigued. I'm fatigued, but I'm not broken.
Somebody said the Lions can't tackle. They just don't know what they're talking about. That's okay.
And that's fine.
You're going to learn.
Yeah.
I don't expect the Commanders fans to have watched a lot of Lions games.
Yeah.
Do
but
you?
to suggest that the Lions would
Other
trade
than highlights and stuff like that, but to get the just or the Ford Field experience of stuff like that. So, I mean, it's one of these things that at the end of the day, it's show us. It's just go out. Let's play this game, and I think that on our side of the ball and everything else, that's what they're chomping at the bit to do.
Yeah.
Excited. I remember when we used to get a little bit of a break. You'd finish off a team early in a round, and another round would be going deeper, so you get a few days off, whatever. They give you a couple of days on the golf course or something like this. Practice, relax, feel better and stuff. By the time you're getting ready, you're like, come on. get that series over. You're hungry to get going. You get into a place where you feel better. It's almost like refilling the tank, and let's go. And you're excited to get back out there.
In the Super Chat, Burn, there's a trail of dead up-and-coming teams going back to 2022 the Lions have put down. Oh, the young Packers. Oh, Robert Salah. Oh, the Vikings. Enough. No, Burn, and the Commanders will be the next one in that line as well. George Bashera in the Super Chat. Goff has had the best season a Lions quarterback has ever had. Stafford got less than 400 yards more than Goff and a worse TD interception ratio with 100 more attempts. Why the F will we be doubting him against Washington? George, if you can explain it, please let me know, because I don't get it either, man. I don't know what else there is that's left for that man to do. Also in the chat, Detroit supremacy. The Commanders fans are crazy. Under Neil's post yesterday, one of them called me the F word for saying Goff is still better than Jayden Daniels. And he said, I'm not talking about F-U-C-K. I'm talking about the other one.
The hard ot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hard what?
The hard ot.
He is.
Hard ot.
So,
like,
but
people,
British cigarette?
Yeah, yes.
No, but
British
like
cigarette.
I was going to say, to even suggest that the Lions would trade, and a rookie contract aside, to suggest that the Lions would trade for Jayden Daniels, like in a heartbeat, is stupid as fuck to me. People hate Goff so much that you would rather take a man with no resume. Like, it's crazy to me.
You see what I'm telling you?
It's nuts. He has more playoff wins than some of your favorite quarterbacks. Like, I just don't get it, bro. Like,
And Jason Kenyon in the Woodward Sports Chat, also at the Super Chat, he says, Commies fans thinking they're the better schedule and the higher quality teams. Please school these po' boys. They think they're ready.
No, but it goes back to Owen's post. And I had one of the Commanders fans come at me and say, Jayden Daniels, I think you sent it, Spenny. You might have been the one that sent it. I can't remember. Jayden Daniels played in the SEC.
Yeah.
He's not worried about your little Ford Field. Actual take by a Commanders fan.
Yeah, and you know, SEC quarterback Matt Stafford, Super Bowl winning quarterback Matt Stafford, said that the playoff environment Ford Field was the toughest environment he's ever been in. Super Bowl winning head coach Sean McVay, who played an NFC Championship game at the Superdome, said Ford Field was the wildest environment he's ever been a part of.
And wasn't that in our immature time before we've matured? That was
the first playoff game here.
That's what I'm saying. Look at what we've done since then. All the home games, all getting prepared.
D-Mac.
Like, everybody know the beauty. Like, there's so many, but even the fans know how to get themselves prepared for an 8 o'clock game. Why? Because they've been here throughout the season already. Maybe somebody did it a little bit wrong and got a little spicy a little early for the game, but that ain't gonna happen now because what's on the line, and we're all in this together. That's they don't understand. The Detroit versus everybody is it's a vibe, man. It's led by this team leading us all out there. So everybody's gonna, like, think about it. You're gonna pregame in your spot. You're gonna go watch wherever you're gonna go watch with whoever you're gonna go watch with. I mean, it's all about it. This is what we've all been waiting for.
Boy, they are in here. Base Maryland. These guys don't know ball.
Oh yeah, we know.
Glizzy Day. Your Ford Field is no Arrowhead, so why act like your stadium is different? Okay. LMAO.
Check our ball knowledge after Saturday.
Dude,
spin the
block.
They
don't know. Like,
spin the block.
You know, we set the record for loudest indoor stadium in the NFL.
Now
it don't matter. You know what? You're never gonna appease. So it's just we gonna see. It's just like somebody back in the day when you say, "Listen, I'm gonna punch you in the face."
Yeah, they're just throwing shit at the wall because they don't have any
before the end of this game. It's gonna happen. So we're gonna see. Like, come back, please show up and let me know what you think on Monday after you have 2 false start penalties, and you know, different stuff like that this fan base can, and the noise and the energy in there, because we see it no matter how prepared you are. Throw you off in some sort of way. Force a timeout. You know, decisions.
CJ Smooth in the Super Chat. 15-2 with a strength of schedule that's off the chart. Key injuries since training camp. Every week the talking heads talk about it. The commies are not the ones. Fact. And so, again, guys, I'm going to reiterate this, and here's my PSA for today. You can see it. You can see it in the messages that they leave. They have no concept. Guys, do we even recognize? I got to ask you guys. Do we recognize that they are 60 minutes away from host. This is even different than the Buccaneers playoff game last year. This is different than that. This is different. If they win, we host the NFC Championship game with a chance to go to the Super Bowl. Like, as I say it, it makes me feel some kind of way. Because we've never had this before. We are about to do something that this franchise has never done. You don't get that, man. If you want to be dismissive about it, go ahead. Saturday at 8:10, you ain't going to be dismissive about it anymore. And look, I think Jayden Daniels is great. He's an incredible talent. He's not prepared for this. And he's your only hope. Like, let's cut the shit. He's your only hope, literally.
Who else going to beat us on that offense? Terry McLaurin? Zach Ertz?
Isn't it at the end of the day, these two teams are on two different levels?
Correct.
That's all we're saying. We're just a level above the talent, the execution, and playing at home. Right?
Yeah, and that's what a lot of people are bringing up. That's what these national pundits are bringing up about Jayden Daniels is his running ability and how that's. If that's what they want to do, if they want to run Jayden Daniels 20 times in this game, he's going to be running to the blue tent. Because you got Jack Campbell, you got Ife Melifonwu, you got Kirby Joseph, you got Brian Branch.
Let DJ Reader get his hands on him.
Like Adam Sanzalone. Like, come on. Yeah. These guys hit, and these guys hit hard. Yeah. And Jayden Daniels takes – I like Jayden Daniels.
Brian Branch.
We all like Jayden
We love him.
Yeah. He takes big hits. You take some of those hits.
He got depleted last week.
You take some of those hits you're taking against Tampa Bay, against a Jack Campbell or a Brian Branch, you're going to be sitting out a couple plays.
Well, here's the other thing.
Who's their backup?
Here's the other thing, D-Mac, real quick before we get onto that. Brian Branch has proven he will take the flag too.
Yes.
And you know what I mean. This isn't friendship out here, guys.
Yeah.
The job is to put that man into the ground, and whatever happens, happens. Mm-hmm. To quote Magic Johnson, after he elbowed Isaiah Thomas in the face, who stood up in his wedding, it's just that way now.
Yeah.
That's it.
These guys fly around. This is the most aggressive defense you're going to see this year. Like they hit. So it would be in the best. I mean, obviously you use Jayden Daniels' legs in fourth down or third and short situations. But if your game plan is to go out there and run Jayden Daniels, that's not a good game plan.
You want to put your hopes on Marcus Mariota? Thank you, Jay Thomas.
Yeah. Well, do they still have? They don't have David Blau anymore, do they? No, Jeff Driscoll's their third string.
Shout out Jeff Driscoll, Lions legend.
You're right, another Lions passover.
Yep, there you go.
That's crazy.
And again, Brian Robinson's a nice player.
Many men.
Right.
Nice player.
Austin Eckler, he gonna come here and beat us? Who gonna come here
Eckler
and beat us?
had a pretty good season.
De'Ami Brown gonna come here and beat us?
Hey, man.
Neil, who gonna come here and beat us, dog?
They don't know. And I can't inform them, apparently. Like, they refuse to take advice. So, whatever, man.
Well,
we'll see.
Here's some advice for you. It's an 8 o'clock game. You got to get fresh Saturday night.
Yep.
Where you go to get fresh? Well, come to Lady Jane's, because at Lady Jane's, they take the chore out of getting a haircut. The talented stylist will deliver an industry-leading haircut, relaxing scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won. We got Tully, everybody. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
Neil Rule here for Second Best, 42 Watson Street in downtown, a couple blocks away from Little Caesars Arena, home of the Woodward Sports pregame show on game days. And that is right. You're going to be down there, right, Spenny?
Yep.
Sean Belizean?
Oh, yeah.
I have some Oakland duties, so Spenny and I are going to flip-flop. He'll do the pregame show with Sean Belizean. I'll be doing the watch party and all of that. But, again, you can catch Spenny and Sean Belizean this Saturday, 1 to 3, right? I believe.
I haven't been told anything.
I believe it's 1 to 3.
He hopes it's not 10.
Yeah. Well, I believe it's 1 to 3. But anyway, Second Best, man. They're the spot out there in Detroit. Incredible chicken sandwich. D-Mac confirmed that this Tuesday night.
8.
We broke bread
Give
together.
it an 8.
Yep. Wings were elite, as they always are.
Oh,
and
the
Second
pot
Best.
stickers. Money. Pot
Yes, they
stickers
were.
9.1.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were very. It's all good. It's all good. So if you're going to a game, going to a concert, Fox Theater, Ford Field, wherever you're going, Second Best, it's a place. Second Best, come get some. All right, we're back at it. Big D Energy.
Just some super chats to clean up before we get into it. Burn in the Woodward Sports Chat says, since we just won't have time, Pistons play a massive game tonight against the Pacers. Rep them, Detroit. Motorcade. So
6 seed on the line.
6 seed on the line.
6 seed on the line.
Matthew Larson threw the $5 in there to say nothing. So shout out to
right.
Matthew Larson.
Appreciate you.
Vince Thompson Jr. says, I'd take Eric Hipple out of retirement before I trade for Daniels to replace Goff.
That's aggressive.
That's aggressive.
But
I respect it, though. I respect you riding with your guy.
Right.
Robert Sloppy Toppenheimer says,
my guy.
I second the last one. Cade for all NBA. Fuck Washington.
Fair.
Alex Larkins in the Woodward Sports Chat. Almost everyone on this team remembers how losing that NFC Championship game felt in San Francisco. You think they're going to let anyone come into Ford Field and beat them? Please. Funny you say that.
You know what? Then the people clamor for it, so let's do it. Let's audible it. Right?
Yeah.
Let's go to it. Because you have some Ben Johnson footage talking about that.
I do.
That's, really weird.
Really
Let's run
weird.
that then. Let's talk about that instead.
I don't think anybody in that room, myself included, has forgot that feeling of flying back on that airplane from San Francisco. And so we've been all year long extremely detailed, extremely locked in. And to see it go up another level here this week, it's been really impressive. So our guys know this is exactly what we've been working so hard over the course of the spring, summer, over the course of the season, and so now we're ready to go.
That was Ben Johnson talking about it, courtesy of Brad Galley, our guy over there at Channel 7. In the Super Chat, Mr. Big 200, there's a reason why the Vikings and now the Commanders are doing their practicing with crowd noise playing in the background. But, D-Mac, you live this? You live that feeling?
I just laughed when I just heard that press conference. Like, it's prepared. Right, and know what they're getting into and know what's at stake and take that responsibility and say that. It's like this is what they've all worked for, not push each other for. I mean, that's what you love to hear, but you also hear it, but you also feel it. So I'm done talking. I mean, they don't because
but we got to go till
how
1,
can you
D-Mac.
talk to somebody that doesn't understand until they see and experience what we're talking about? Then they go, oh, okay. And I don't begrudge them for it, right? Like I said, I like the Washington team. They're just, like you said, the best thing to say is they're not at our level yet. And we're at our level of focus and ready to perform. And guys being healthy or healthier than they've been. Come on, man.
D-Mac, you want to know another thing that I think a lot of the Commanders fans in this chat right now are missing? Did you hear that man's words? there's another level to this. Think about the destruction that the Lions laid out there pretty much every week of the season. There's another level to it.
There's a mission. There's a destiny. I've experienced this, right, since I was a kid and got to experience championships 4 times and but this feels as much like, to me, 97 of like it's supposed to be, right? They've gone through their hurt and they're losing and they learned from last year. And you just said it, Neil. The way they played throughout this season, especially on the road, proved that.
Michigan Commander. Detroit is not really that good. 9 teams held them under 31 points. They only scored 40 or more just 5 times. That doesn't sound like a high-powered offense to me. If you think about it, they have almost the worst defense in the NFL.
Are you serious? Is he serious?
No, that's tone. I tried to put my own tone on it that was elite tone on my part, on the audible part.
Do you see that? Like, that's what I'm saying. As bad as Washington Commanders fans, how many points you putting up on us?
Yes,
because we're scoring 30s, men.
Kiazi. It's like you just get tired of talking and trying to repeat yourself because you try to send a message. It's like the hard-headed 6-year-old kid who just doesn't listen. No, I know, and that's how it's going to end up, though, right? And they're going to find out. That I guess that's the biggest point I want to get across here today on today's show. Ben Johnson just told you that. And really, when you think about it, that's what great teams are. There's another level. Can you think about this team taking it up a level? Think about that for a second. Like, what would they? What are they going to get? I don't even know what else they could do.
Yeah,
how could they go up a level?
They're going to tighten up, right? They're going to be as efficient as they have been offensively, and they're going to make more plays defensively. That part of the ball, like, how can you get better offensively, Neil? I mean, is it like
Spenny, can they get better? Like, what? How can they take it up a level?
Offensively, the return of David Montgomery. Welcome back this game.
I know, but how can they do? How can they possibly do more?
But here's the thing.
And they could be the best offense of all time instead of the 4th best offense of all time.
But the thing
they got to get Jayden Daniels to do that.
They operate at this high frequency all the time, right? So this is like their minimum. This is a production they're going to get, right? They find a way. Look at even the last game. They find a way to persevere. I think that it's the whole game plan. You're talking levels to this. This just ain't about throwing the ball around, running the ball. It's about possessions, right, Neil? We've talked about it all the time. It's about time of clock. It's about, it's about winning the turnover battle, right? Can we do that? I mean, so... And then, like, the crowd. I mean, that's like you can't explain to somebody who hasn't been there to understand, but they will.
Oh yeah, no, they absolutely.
I just hope
will.
they come back and are honest and go, wow, or either way, right?
Somebody else in the chat said that too. They said, "Hey, I want to see the Commanders fans jump in here on Monday." They only do.
They only jump in your DMs?
Yeah, they'll only DM me. They won't jump here into the chat. So that'll be pretty funny. Larry Roberts in the chat. Zadarius Smith going to need to play fired up like last game against the Vikings, getting some pressure, at least 1 sack on Jayden Daniels. Aaron Glenn going to be bringing the blitz packages. And, like, I guess we could even, if you wanted to do the segment, give me the path to a Commander's victory. Daniels is good against the blitz. The Lions are going to blitz at least half of the time. But again, I think that he's been good against the blitz, but there hasn't been, and no one's talking about this because I just had Washington, D.C. radio ask me about this. What about your last ranked pass defense? Which they're not last against the pass, are they?
I don't think so. Let me check.
But anyway, whatever. The moral of the story is all those other teams they play do not have the safety room that the Lions do.
Well, here's the difference also, too, right? Where you mentioned the blitzes, and these are 2 of the most blitzing teams, right? Which is nice to have David Montgomery back and stuff like this. If you are, what has the eyeball test told you about this defense? They give up yards in passing in the middle of the field, and when it comes down to the red zone, because the stats prove it, you kick field goals and they shut you down. If not, we intercept more balls in the end zone than we give up touchdowns. Right? We tighten up a different. So that's where, like, it's PFF and the stats. You got to see where it's at. Yes, you're inept to give up the big play.
No, the Lions are the 20th ranked pass defense in the NFL, ahead of teams like the Packers, the Rams, the Ravens, the Steelers, the Texans, and then when you look at that team in last, it's the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, you hate to see it.
I bet you're one of the last teams in the league and giving up, middle of the field between the 20s.
But this
you have
line,
one of the best red zone defenses in the history.
That's what I'm saying. You shut down and you make the difference in possession. That's possession battle too, Neil. Right? You go down, you score 7. They come down, they score 3 plus 7. You go down, you score 7. They come down, you score 3 plus 8. You know what I'm saying?
It's not just red zone. They are number 1 in third down defense and number 2 in fourth down defense. So we defend it when it matters, and that's all you can ask for.
Absolutely. But wait a minute. It's fourth down. They threw the ball to Justin Jefferson multiple times on fourth down. You mean it didn't work?
No, it didn't.
Wait a minute. Was I lied to?
I think you were. You got to go back and look, check the tape.
Huh? That's
Were you
odd.
told?
I was told he's the greatest gift to ever play football. That's what I was told. Greatest receiver room the game has ever seen. I was told that. Huh? That's weird.
Funny how that worked out.
I don't know what happened there. All right, let's take the break. When we come back, I do want to get into this this Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn thing. But before we go there for that, let me tell you about Planet Fitness, by the way. I'm not one for treadmills, but if I were, I would probably go to Planet Fitness. No, Planet Fitness, everyday part of my life. Tons of cardio equipment. If that's your thing, like Spencer Rax or Spenny, what are we on today?
Back.
It's back day for Spenny. So you want to push the weights around, they got you covered there as well. Stretch zones, 30-minute circuits, all of it's out there for you. And guess what, guys? It's not $70, $80, $90 a month like some of these gyms that have a rock wall that you're never going to use. It's $24.99 a month for a black card. You basically own the place. You can go to any Planet Fitness in the world, almost 3,000 of them. You can go to all of them. And here's what else. The weights weigh the same. The exact same weights at that $80 a month gym weigh the same as they do at Planet Fitness. They weigh them on a scale. So there you have it, everybody. That is the answer. I've been a member over 3 years. I'll never be a member at another gym. Won't do it. Absolutely not. Planet Fitness gives me everything I want and everything I need. Go to planetfitness.com or just pull in the parking lot. You're probably going to be stuck in traffic today like I was this morning, so you'll have plenty of time to see where it is there on the side of the road. And it is Planet Fitness. Don't pay more money to lift the same weights.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
You're clippable.
1800 Tequila, the official tequila of the live watch party and post-game show here at Woodward Sports. They're also a proud partner of the Detroit Lions. You see they got the Motor City themed bottles right there. You can go get those in stores near you today. 1800 Tequila, the smoothest taste of tequila, and please drink responsibly.
All right, hour number 2 already. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty. We have KG and Spencer Raxter here. Make sure you catch the heavyweights.
Breathe for a minute.
What's up?
Just take a breath. I don't need to talk like off a ledge. It's too early. Okay, just take a breath.
All right.
All right, there you go.
Jump into the Woodward Sports chat thread. A lot of Commanders fans in the house here today. Like this guy, David Ryan. This is an actual take, and it's thought out, you can tell. Lions defense is mid at best. Why are you so crazy confident the Lions offense is amazing, no doubt, but you are going to get scored on? David, where were you 7 minutes ago when we were here on the show? They are the best red zone defense in football, keeping teams out of the end zone. How do you win in the National Football League? You win by scoring touchdowns. The opponent kicks field goals. That's how it works. That's why they're elite. That's why they're the best team in football. That's why. And guys like you that want to, you probably got a Pro Football Focus subscription, and you look at all these numbers. It's so simple there. You get caught up in yardage and ranking and all that. Are they getting touchdowns? No, they are not. Why are they not? Guys like Kirby Joseph, Brian Branch, that's why they are not. They are the best in football at making you kick field goals. The best. Not in the top 5, not in the top 10. They are the best. The best in the NFL. What don't you get about this, guys? No, the defense is not mid. Yeah, if you want to look at yardage rankings and all that, who cares? Are you scoring touchdowns? No, you're not. You know how I know they're not? Because the Lions were 15-2. 15-2.
And okay, real quick, Taydon in the Woodward Sports chat.
Oh, my boy Taydon.
He's talking about the offense. We are an elite offense too, my guy. You're not in the same league as the Detroit Lions.
Elite?
Offense. Don't act like that.
Elite is strong.
Brandon Katz.
Yeah, don't act like you're in the same league as the Detroit Lions offense, because you're not.
We found Katz.
I
made a call.
And Taydon in the Woodward Sports chat says Bucks beat you guys. They beat you
too.
too.
To talk later.
What was that, Spenny?
Taydon in the Woodward Sports chat says Bucks beat you guys. They beat you too.
The Bucks beat the piss out of you.
And so did the sorry ass Cowboys with Cooper Rush. That put up 30-plus points on you. Cooper Rush and the Cowboys put up 30-plus points on you. Come on.
And, whatever. There's levels to this. I made a call with a therapist, Neil. You're good if you need to go in.
Thank you.
You bet. But quit hitting them with facts.
That's
where do the Commanders rank in red zone defense, Spenny?
Well, I know they're not better than the Lions.
They had a 64% touchdown allowed percentage in the red zone, which was very low to the bottom of the league.
There you go.
And they have the 12th ranked passing defense in the NFL, and we already know the 30th ranked rushing defense in the NFL. And the Lions have the 20th ranked passing defense and the 5th ranked rushing defense in the league.
That's not bad for mid. Huh?
Not bad for mid.
Not bad at all.
It gets me upset when you won't accept fact. That's fact. That's researchable fact. Don't believe me? Go to Google. Or you can save your time and just listen to me when I tell you, because that's where I'm getting it from. Like, everybody gets mad at me, like, how you're giving hot takes. I'm reading. I'm literally reading. It's not even, thought out by me. I literally just give you the mathematical facts, and it angers you.
Can I ask you a question? What's more frustrating? Build up week with the Minnesota fans or build up week with the Washington fans?
You know what? It's the Washington fans.
And how does it differ?
Yes, it differs. It differs from this perspective. Like, Minnesota, at least, was a field goal underdog, right? You could have made the case. Right. Now, ball knowers tried to tell you that Sam Darnold was coming to town. And remember that, too. Remember when I said, hey, guys, this environment's going to be different than anything Sam Darnold's been in? How'd he take it? It was so bad it beat him twice. Yeah. It beat him again the following week. That's where this is all different. But I'll tell you this, D-Mac. The Commanders fans are they live in an alternate reality. And you are a double-digit underdog, bro.
And I just checked the stats, looked it up. Like he was clamoring for me to. The Commanders have the 18th ranked passing attack in the NFL. The Lions have the 2nd ranked passing attack in the NFL.
Ooh, elite.
The Commanders do have the 3rd ranked rushing attack in the NFL because their quarterback has the most rushing yards on their team. And the Lions have the 5th ranked rushing attack in the NFL.
With actual running back.
Running back. So 2 top 5 units and a top 20 unit and a top 5 unit.
Your quarterback is your leading rusher.
Yeah.
My point, Neil, to you answering that question is Minnesota fans knew we didn't talk about the atmosphere because they knew what it was going to be like. They knew they were up against it. The Washington fan doesn't have a concept. They're telling us, right? So it's tough to tell them you got the super weapon that's going to be used when they've never seen it used. Minnesota knows. Do you know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
So they have that understanding of that. That's just the gravity. And I just go back to that because, you speaking for Detroit when you weren't even talking about anything to do with the game, right? It was all about the atmosphere, which is different than anywhere else. Quote, anybody who's been here that has a blue check mark that you follow in the sporting world of ball knowers, as you say.
Lions fan 76, welcome to the Woodward crew. Good to have you in here. DNC ENT, y'all lost to Cooper Rush. Meanwhile, we beat Dak Prescott to the tune of the 2nd biggest blowout of the year in the league. The first, Lions Jaguars. It's a lot of dead bodies.
Yeah, the highest point differential in the league by like 60 points.
Yeah.
The number 4 offense in the history of the NFL. And he keeps saying he has an elite offense. You don't have an elite offense. You have a mobile quarterback.
Right.
The reason your rushing stats are there is because you're quarterback.
And guess what? He ain't elite.
No.
So that's cool.
100%. Like, it is. It's wild.
Top 5 off. It's not a top 5 offense. Did you hear what I just said?
Say, Spenny,
you
one more time.
You have the 18th ranked passing defense or passing offense in the NFL. How does that equate to top 5?
Or elite.
Brian Edwards, welcome to the Woodward crew. See, I can sense it from you.
It's math. It's math. Like, look at the numbers.
I think it's funny.
Whoever said it's like talking to a 6-year-old.
It really is. And I like the Commanders. I do. Like I said, I like Jayden Daniels. I like Dan Quinn. I like Terry McLaurin. I like Deron Payne. But, that's...
Dante 151 with the orange super chat. I might need a therapist as well, D-Mac, because these dumb Commander fans are slowly getting me angry because of the stupid shit they're saying. And how's your NBA team doing? Oh, that's right. They're 6-32. The Pistons are 21-19 and are going to be the 6th seed after tonight.
Dante, you're good, bro. You're good. Way to vent it out. Way to throw facts. They just don't know, bro. They just don't know. Don't get mad at them for not knowing. They will know.
Okay.
I told y'all yesterday.
And Swipe a TVJ says Goff is trash. So Goff being trash and objectively having a better season than Jayden Daniels means Jayden Daniels is lower than trash in your opinion.
But Jayden Daniels has rushing yards.
I know. Goff will have MVP votes. MVP votes.
But Jayden Daniels has rushing yards.
I know he does. What is it? We got like 2 minutes left in the segment. What is it about the running quarterback? What is it? Like, why do they have this chokehold over everybody? Why? Because of Madden? Because of fantasy? It's because of fantasy.
And a little bit of Madden, too. It's the sexy thing. People want highlights. They don't want methodical quarterbacks.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I'll never get it. Like the Anthony Richardson thing. Yeah,
it's just like how Brady and Peyton Manning were great, but nobody really liked them because of the style of play.
Yeah, I don't understand it. Chris Sharp, Washington, man, messages are flying in. Washington needed miracles to beat Chicago, the Giants, and New Orleans. They most certainly did.
And the Bucks.
And why you
in the first fucking round?
And you need Jared Goff to be evasive. Right, and protect the ball, but he's got Sonic and Knuckles in the back. He don't need to run. Mm-hmm. There's your speed right there. It's and they know that it's about protecting them. So look what happens to most of these mobile quarterbacks. If your name's not Josh Allen, because you're the size of a defensive lineman.
_ Zip in the Woodward Sports Chat says, "Ask Josh Allen." Talking about the line. Ask Cooper Rush. We'll ask Josh Allen, the guy who's going to be top 2 in MVP voting.
Probably
you ask Cooper Rush, who put up 31 on you. Cooper Rush.
Fire up chips.
Fire up chips.
Jason Kenyon in the super chat. Commie fans thinking JD5 is going to run on us. You really think Quinn's going to risk getting his QB1 sent to the blue tent? That I'm curious to see that.
I think they will. What other choice do they have to?
Because Brian Branch will take the flag.
It don't matter. What other choice do they have?
Whoa! Lots of super chats in here. Shout out Robert Sloppy Toppenheimer. He says, no one wants to be that team, Kyle Kuzma. Anthony Desmaris. Sorry, I definitely butchered that. He said, Washington defense struggles with the run. Yes, 30th in the NFL. Expect a U of M style game, pound the rock, eat the clock, limit possessions. Washington isn't a quick score offense. And with our bend don't break defense, let's go Lions. Facts. And then you got $50 from Andreas.
50 kroner, baby.
50 kroner.
Oh,
Swedish.
Easy. You know this person. I've seen you in the chat.
Shout out to Andreas. He says, Swedish Lions fan since 30 years checking in. It's been a rough 30 years, but man, am I enjoying these last 2 seasons. Can't wait for Saturday. Go Lions.
Thanks for giving Easy a place to sleep when he was over there.
Shout out.
Andrea, shout out too, man. Listening in Sweden. Thank you, man. We definitely appreciate that. We could use a 1C.
Tack. That's thank you.
Thank you for
Tack.
Yeah.
Tack. Yeah, there you go.
Shout out.
All right, let's take the break. I promise we're gonna do the coordinator thing. The Commanders fans have been,
I told you
resilient.
They ain't the brightest.
they've been resilient.
Okay. Sorry, real quick.
Yeah.
And Tadon says, and you guys struggle with our strength. Pass defense will give up 280. Book it. Your strength isn't passing offense.
You're 18th in the league. You're below average.
That's like, come on.
You have 1,000-yard receiver.
Yeah. Your strength is your rushing offense. That is your strength. And it's Jaden Daniels' rushing offense. Your passing offense is not your strength. Like, go look at the numbers, please. All right. Sorry.
Benny, are you starting to feel the way I feel? He's fighting a good fight right now. You're about a segment and a half away from cracking.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Not worth it.
No, I'm enjoying it. It's funny to me.
It's one of these things that, you know what, there's always that kid. Always that kid. At school that just until, like it's the old Tyson, until you get punched in the mouth.
Yeah, the one on the short bus.
This atmosphere is going to punch
in the
mouth.
He says, no, it's not, buddy. I am looking at the numbers on the NFL website right now.
He has a computer in front of him.
What do you mean?
Literally 2 computer screens in front of him.
But what's your source?
NFL?
.com?
That's a pretty good source.
Right.
Real quick there, Glizzy Day. Do you guys think Jared Goff will lead you to a Super Bowl, really?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah,
Jared versus Mahomes. Imagine that, LMAO. Hey, Glizzy, imagine Mahomes actually beating Jared Goff because he's never done it.
Imagine the NFL wanting that. What the fuck are we talking about?
Yeah, he was the number 1 overall pick in the Rams, and the Rams were in the Super Bowl 3 years later.
Stats don't tell it all, my guy. Oh, okay. So now he doesn't like stats. He liked stats literally 2 minutes ago, but now he doesn't like stats. All right.
Okay, hey, you may need some New Holland right now, all right? Taller, Spenny, could I interest you in a taller?
I'll take a taller.
You would take a taller right now.
Take a shorter, too.
You'd take a shorter, whatever. New Holland Brewing Company, local Michigan company. As Spenny was saying earlier, support those Michigan companies over there on the west side of the state, and they're doing it better than anyone, namely the Dutch long drink Taller. They take their New Holland small batch gin, they mix it with a grapefruit puree, and magic happens in those little Argyle cans. New Holland Brewing does it all great. The Tangerine Space Machine, the IPA, that's top level. Their bourbon line is great. The Beer Barrel Bourbon, they don't even tell me to tell you about that, but I enjoy it. So here we are, New Holland Brewing Company.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Loves Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Oh, Les Stanford. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. New year, new you. How about a new car? Les Stanford Buick GMC is here for you. Get a 2025 Hummer EV SUV for 24 months with 10,000 miles per year for only $699 per month, just a $19.99 down payment. Or a 2025 GMC Sierra 1500 Crew Cab, 24 months with 10,000 miles per year for only $359 per month. Sign and drive, no down payment required. GM discount required for both. Get to Les Stanford today or click on the QR code on the screen and check out our massive inventory. Les Stanford Buick and GMC. LesStanford.com. Together, let's drive.
All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter, all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread as well. Jump into there. If you want to skip the line, drop a super chat in there. We'll stop what we're doing and get to it. Michael Halpin in the chat. Jake Bates getting a passing touchdown on a fake field goal. Our kicker hasn't thrown a touchdown yet this season.
Not elite.
The punter or the kicker.
We know Jack Fox has a cannon.
We've seen it. Yeah. Okay. We need to do this. Steve-O, baby Neil, I just can't wait for that day on Monday when either the Commanders fans or the Lions fans complain about the officials. Steve-O, baby, you'll never hear that man complain about officials that played professional sports, and you'll never hear me complain about officials because you need to leave it out of the officials' hands. If you open yourself up to that, then you open yourself up to that. I'm just saying, you put yourself at risk if it is that close. So just don't do that. All right, Adam Schefter. Perhaps you're familiar with his work. Adam Schefter kind of weighed in on the whole Lions coordinator thing. Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn, and Adam Schefter suspects what we suspect. Spenny, do we have the clip?
Let me grab it.
Oh, yeah. He's grabbing it right now. But he kind of suspects what we suspect, D-Mac, in that he thinks that they're not going to be here next year. He thinks that they're going to end up being head coaches. And that's where we're at, right? Like the vibes.
Yeah. I mean, it's all like we heard yesterday.
From Alex Anzalone.
From Alex Anzalone, it's what Aaron Glenn wants. We haven't heard anybody say it's what Ben Johnson wants, but you would assume there's a situation out there that Ben Johnson would want to go to. Now we're seeing reports and getting articles about who are the guys under Ben Johnson that could be promoted and stuff like that. It's
getting pretty granular now, isn't it?
Well, it is. So it even goes to tighten up more to what you said yesterday of how important this mission is.
No question. Adam Schefter on the Lions coordinator situation.
Aaron Glenn is going to get a job in this cycle. Ben Johnson is going to get a job in this cycle. And I think that there's every possibility and probably likelihood that the Lions are going to be losing both their coordinators in this cycle. I'd be really surprised if both of them didn't come out of this with head coaching jobs. And I think Aaron Glenn is somebody that already is getting a lot of attention with the Jets, a lot of attention in New Orleans. And like I said, it'd be a major upset to me if he didn't come out of this with a job.
That's Adam Schefter, man. He's not up there talking just to talk. He's not a Commanders fan. He's not up there talking just to talk. And D-Mac, that even, and I knew that this was going to happen. I know what he said. I hadn't seen the clip yet, but I know what he said. And D-Mac, all that does to me is just reinforce all of it. Like, it's got to get done this year. It's got to. They got to win this year. I want it for those guys because they were a central figure in turning this one of the worst franchises in the history of professional sports around. They were central figures in it, along obviously with Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell. And I want them to get what they want. I want them to be head coaches. But D-Mac, it's another sense of urgency. It's another layer of storyline. It's all of those things. Remember a couple days ago, D-Mac?
That's part of the levels.
That is part of the levels. Remember a couple days ago when we were talking about, and Spenny said it, my clip that went around the nation about the Lions, and this is bigger than football and everything like that, and the Commanders don't understand what they're walking into. This is another added layer to all this. This is where I can kind of, and Spenny, like you were talking about, you're like, Lions fans seem kind of soft, like with the way that they're talking about this stuff.
Yep.
I think it is when you parlay all this stuff, D-Mac, and put it together, it's intimidating to deal with.
This should give you more confidence that these guys aren't going to be denied, right? So you look at it in that aspect that this is the last ride for all these guys because of what you can speculate is going to happen. You know, forget your players. The new guys coming in or leaving. Guys leaving, it's your coaches, right? Whereas you let's look at Washington. They're at the beginning, right? They're at the beginning of their run. Mm-hmm. I mean, Washington could be a team in the future led by JAYDEN Daniels that wins Super Bowls. Absolutely.
I was told 8 of them by Commanders fans. Literally, one guy told me he will win more than Tom Brady.
Now, but there's a process to it, and there's levels. So if you don't think, and to me, it just all plays into it. And it's about this game this week. So that the levels to it is that about not being denied, right? About punching through. What do I always say? The only way out is through.
Yes.
And you're right in the middle of the wall, but you can smell whatever it is, the ocean, whatever that the other. You keep punching, and you're not quitting. You're not tired. This is where you're supposed to be, right in the middle of this wall, punching through.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Jump into the chat thread. Super chat here from Dante151. Saquon Barkley ran for 146 on 26 attempts on their candy ass. Says, WTF you think Gibbs and Montgomery is going to effing do on Saturday? Get ready and watch the greatness, Commanders fans. Go Pistons. And I can tell that the people are – it's Thursday, man, and I think you can tell the F-bombs are increasing. The adjectives are going, they're leveling up a notch. Also in the super chat, Aura Fitness. Being from D.C. as a Lions fan, Saturday can't get here fast enough. I'm going to pack a fat cop, wintergreen lip, and watch destruction. Go Lions. You endorse that move, D-Mac.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
I figured you would sign off on that. No, but again, though, it goes back to it. Like, we accept this now, right? Like even the Lions fans that were holding out hope, my good buddy Terminal Dennis, he was trying to fight reality for a long time, and it was funny because I'd send him links to Ben Johnson interviewing here or interviewing there, and he'd be like, I don't know, he's not going to go to that bum team. And then he'd say, just don't go to Chicago, Ben. Please just don't go to Chicago. But he would say he's not going to go to that bum team. I think even Terminal Dennis knows. I'll have to text them after the show. They're out there in Las Vegas right now. This was the weekend that we always go to Vegas together for the playoffs, but I can't go this year, which I'm sad about.
So they're out there for that?
Yeah. So I got to text them.
Do they have they're watching at the casino somewhere or something? Or where's he hyperventilating from?
Yeah, I wasn't included on the itinerary because I'm not in the travel party this year. Jason Kenyon, there's a KC fan making dough of posting reactions on Lions games. He's buying gear and loving how the Lions win. Who do you think he takes in the Super Bowl, Kansas City or us? Well, I mean, it's been proven that every time Jared Goff has ever played Patrick Mahomes, for all the things Patrick Mahomes has done, won MVPs, multiple Super Bowls, back-to-back Super Bowls, he's pretty much done everything there is to do in the National Football League. Except beat Jared Goff.
16, baby.
Ofer. Patrick Ofer Mahomes.
With all the lights on, too. With all the lights. Prime time, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Prime time.
In his house, on the road.
Don't matter.
In another country.
It was going to be in Mexico, yeah.
Yeah.
But Mexico messed up.
Damn, Mexico.
And
that was like one of the best regular season games of all time.
Yeah.
No question. And you know what else? He's done it any kind of style.
Mm-hmm.
He's outspun him.
Yep.
It's been a grinder.
You're right.
He sat back and waited for Mahomes to make a mistake.
Yep. He got Kadarius
Toney'd. All of it. Any way you want it, Jared Goff has beat Patrick Mahomes. What do you got, Spenny?
No.
No. I was laughing. You almost made me spit my coffee out.
Oh, sorry.
You sure got.
Glizzy Day. What an accomplishment beating Jared Goff. Well, Mahomes wouldn't know. He's never done it.
Know it.
He doesn't know how it feels. He doesn't know how it
Might
feels.
be 0 for 4 coming up. Yeah, just saying. I'm just saying.
I want all that.
Oh, yeah.
I want Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
I
do
but
too.
Anyway, they do it.
I do too.
Even if it's Lamar, I want Lamar too.
I mean,
Put
it would
him
hurt
down.
my heart, but yeah, Lions time.
Put him down too.
Yeah.
Like I can't wait, man.
Be like,
I can't
why
wait
this
for
year,
all of it.
Lamar? Damn. You picked the wrong year, cuz.
Vince Thompson Jr. in the super chat. We'll rally behind Jared Goff. We will play great football. And Vince, that's what I've been kind of slowly realizing today. Ben Johnson words fired me up because there's another level for them to go to.
Mm-hmm.
And championship teams do it. Do they, D-Mac? I don't know. You tell me. You played on 4 of them.
And they've had their bump. They've all experienced it, so they all draw on it. If he's telling you that, they talk about it every day. That's motivation. I mean, it's a mission. And Washington's just in the way, man.
No, they are. They're going to find out about it, too. Let's talk about the pregame show, as a matter of fact. Nobody does football game day better than Woodward Sports. Yes, it is true. Matthew Broder, Terry Foster, look at you started with Woodward and Maine. And then the New Holland Brewing Company playoff pregame show steps in. Typically myself and Sean Belesian. This week, Spencer Raxter and Sean Belesian. I'll be on the watch party, though. It's all brought to you by Sabbath Coffee Roasters. Pushing 100,000 of you have been watching these shows, guys. So tap in. We're doing it better than anyone. There's a reason you all watch. This is Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports. Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza, 7 different wing flavors for you to choose from. They're all delicious, but my personal favorite is the spicy garlic. You can try them all and choose your own favorite for yourself. Find them at a Soroki's near you. Go to Sorokis.com to find their closest location to you.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter. All of you fine folks in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel, pushing towards 78,000 subs. But, hey, you know, we don't speak for Detroit.
We don't. Not at all.
Flagship's just about half of that, by the way. Like the flagship that's so sweet that everybody loves so much. I'm just giving you the numbers. Again, that probably make people mad, but all I'm doing is reading. I'm reading the screen. Sorry.
Come get mad with us.
Yeah. Woodward Sports chat thread. Antonio D, watching in El Paso, Texas, worked all night but wanted to see the show live. Props, man. Props to you, Antonio D. About 30 minutes left, then you can go to sleep.
Yeah.
Get ready for Saturday, everyone. We're not going to talk about Gimps here. That's 5 to 7 on the heavyweights.
That's today. That's today.
That is today.
Oh yeah. Buckle up on a Thursday.
Is he going to wear the ball gag?
No.
Then you know it's bullshit a little.
Not going to wear the ball gag.
Him wearing it is enough. I just got to see it.
Spenny, come on.
I'm not going to make him do that.
Young Sus in the Gimp suit?
Yeah.
Come on.
I feel bad for the guy.
Yeah.
You don't have to tie it super tight so like his teeth are sticking over it. You don't have to do that.
My man got to do his research before you agree to stuff.
Yeah, that's facts.
Come on, Platty.
That's his own fault.
Come on, Platty.
All right. So, in honor of the Commanders fans, I figured that we would do this because there's a lot of you here, as you know. A lot's happened since, that time where you guys like to talk about the last time you were relevant. You remember there was no HD television.
Yeah.
There was no internet.
Was Chuck Noll still around?
You remember that time, Commanders fans, the last time you guys were relevant?
Right.
About the time of Boys to Men when they were breaking into the music scene? I remember it.
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. Boys to Men were teenagers then. They're grandparents now. So, just to give you the timeline. You want to know the reason that the Lions are good? Because you guys had your own struggles, your own kind of disasters to pay attention to. Listen to a former NFL GM break this down. Here's why the Lions are good.
Peter, I think what sets them apart from a lot of other organizations is the system that they have in place in terms of player acquisition and real-time player development. There's a marriage between the front office and the coaching staff that is really strong. They both sides understand that they need to serve one another. They are servant leaders. So when I look at this organization, everyone knows I've talked a lot about Sheila Ford-Hamp, about Dan Campbell. I think they're both fantastic, very deserving. Now we're hearing everyone talk about their assistant coaches and Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn. But the person we don't hear nearly enough about is my guy, Brad Holmes. Brad and his staff have done an absolutely incredible job. This is a game of attrition. These long seasons, and what we've watched happen with the Lions this year, they actually have 8 current starters that are out. They've had starters miss 109 starts in terms of games started. And that is very different as we see the other teams on this list right now.
Yep.
A lot
Only
of those
one in
other
the
teams,
playoffs.
no one else is in the playoffs. And I know this, and I know how hard it is because I lived this. Our Patriots team in 2003 started 42 different starters during that season, which was an NFL record for a division winner until we broke that record again in 2005 when we had 45 different players having to start. We got knocked out of the divisional round. And I think part of what this is, injuries are not an excuse, but it is a reality in the National Football League, something that you have to pay attention to. And I think that Brad Holmes surely should be in the running, if not the NFL Executive of the Year. He's done a great job. Eric DeCosta has, Adam Peters, the Minnesota Vikings, Kwesi and Ryan Grigson together have done an incredible job. But that's what sets this Lions team apart, in my opinion.
So that's a bit of an update, D-Mac, to the Commanders fans, and this is why it all works. And no, Brad Holmes doesn't get enough. When I did the DC radio this morning, he asked about weapons, like what are the weapons the Lions have? I said the best weapon in this organization is Brad Holmes with handing a draft envelope to the commissioner. That's the best weapon.
Well, there's a couple things, and by the way, Spetty, I did my best Kirby Joseph. I picked it. Nice. I got it. Yeah, right there. Everybody who saw that, I ain't going to shy away from it. God, it was bothering me. But the thing is, what was always the question? We knew Brad Holmes, right, could put things in place, acquire people, the draft, right? That was the thing. But could he get free agents? Could he? The biggest thing there, right, that we never talk about is transition. Transition from the draft onto the field and development. So the one thing that we don't talk about enough is the development of these guys. I go back to, well, look at who are the coaches, former players, guys that are all bought in. Again, Neil, what you just heard there, another level. From a former guy that knows that has been in the heat of having the most injuries. So it also shows, right, that the preparedness. And what do I always go back to, boys? 2021, Dan Campbell told you. What I had to learn is I had to prepare like all my starters would be out. And you know what?
They were.
Man of his word. So you know what? When he tells me I don't live in what ifs and we got a mission and everybody's on the same page, I absolutely 100% believe him more than most everybody. Because all he shows me is his words, and then he backs it with more than his actions.
Spenny, you believe we're sitting here right now, just in this short a time? In this short a time, from when they took over, from when Brad Holmes took over. You believe this, man?
It's crazy.
No, you know what it is? When Sheila laid the gauntlet, she came down and she said, "These are my guys," and dropped.
After she was told not to by her PR.
100%. That broke the curse of whatever it is. And then Jeff Daniels helped out, and the other guy from down the street helped out, and everybody sprinkled in, but we're all there. No, because you know what? It shows you what hard work and when everybody buys in and believes. Because that's the one thing that you're talking about. Everybody believes in that organization, and it's drug us all through. Drug us through games. We sit during games and are, highs and lows, but have trust in the people that man the ship. And I think that, where you're right, you get deeper. It's because, what also, too, is like every level, right? The Brad Holmes, your guy, Neil, can't be questioned. As far as putting people in place, as far as drafting people, as far as acquiring people. They operated like a MASH unit this year. Like a mobile MASH unit. Right? And look where they're at.
And I'll just go back to it, everybody, because I do think it's important, and we won't do this tomorrow, but it is important to remember when Brad Holmes showed up on the scene, that first draft right out of the books. Penei Sewell, Levi Onwuzurike, Aleem McNeil, Ife Melifonwu, Amon-Ra St. Brown in the 4th round, Derek Barnes in the 4th round. All of those guys contribute. Still, 2 guys are going to go to the Hall of Fame.
And you're missing, you got Barnes out for the season, guys that have made and contributed. Rodrigo's out. Hutchinson, all these guys go down, but they find ways, because that's the strength of great organizations, right, is the next man up and being prepared. Not just having a body, having an able body. You just, I see in the chat thread, and I just popped up on my phone about Zeitler's missing practice day to day. Yeah, perfect. Take all the time you want. It's not like this practice is going to mean everything. It's better to have him healthy. But if not, I don't think any of us are concerned that somebody else, whether it's Mahogany or whoever, steps in to do the job, right? That's so task at hand. And so if Dan Campbell's captain, then, Brad Holmes the architect.
Then the very next year, D-Mac, he chases that draft with Aiden Hutchinson, Jamison Williams, Josh Paschal, Kirby Joseph, James Mitchell, Malcolm Rodriguez. Aiden Hutchinson's a gold jacket loading too. If he comes back from injury, is even 85% of what he was when he went down.
I agree.
Jamison Williams.
I know all those guys' names.
Yeah, 100%. Like they're keystones. Like they're corner pieces of the organization.
And if not, even if you go to a Mitchell, but that's a piece. That is a able-bodied piece that can plug and play. As you get into it, why this team is built because it's the pieces behind it too that can make plays when they need to make plays. The Brock Wrights blocking the guys that you don't hear about, the intangible things, guys that we don't ever talk about, the Jack Foxes, who gets the shine in the league, but that's a weapon. Right? Somebody was telling me how great Washington's special teams is or something like that. We got to watch out for it. It's pretty tough when our guys, we're not even going to punt.
Answer 14 in the Super Chat. Shout out Big D Crew, Spenny, and KG, hardest working dudes ever. Neil and D-Mac, Sean, great front men. Commanders have no idea what's about to happen to them. We lock in the door. I like that. We lock in the door.
We ain't leaving Detroit, bro. Shout out.
Someone in the chat asked, Neil, what do we do with Hendon Hooker, your backup quarterback, on a rookie deal?
Until further notice.
On a 3rd-round rookie deal. And speaking of that, so D-Mac, I just went through those first 2 drafts. That laid the foundation, right? And then in the next draft, they had 2 first-rounders and 2 second-rounders. This was going to be the draft. Your fortune of your team and how you operate was going to be that third draft with 2 picks in the first 2 rounds, right? Jahmyr Gibbs, Jack Campbell, Sam Laporta, Brian Branch. Boom, 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 boom.
Boom! Let me tell you about who brings the boom in the real estate market game. That is Mark White. Mark White will save up to $5,000 your closing costs. That's right, $5,000. Just visit him at markwhitesells.com or call him at 248-290-8242. Visit Mark White Sells online or call him now to get $5,000 off your closing costs when you're looking to buy or sell your new home.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Injuries can't stop this train. Choo-choo!
Warriors, good win, break it down.
Super Bowl or bust, baby, for our Detroit Lions. And Woodward Sports will be there all the way. Detroit's #1 Lions destination is Woodward Sports. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
All right, Woodward Sports fans, whether you're hitting the game or just chilling, Jars Cannabis has you covered. Jars is home to Michigan's largest lineup of rec cannabis products. They've got 27 locations across the state, repping Michigan in a big way. 9 locations are right in Metro Detroit, so there's always one nearby. If you're in Grand Rapids, Madison Heights, or Milan, get ready. New stores are coming your way soon. Make sure you check out for the Darren McCarty brand today.
All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule. The name of that brand, Darren McCarty. Here in the house, we have Spencer Raxter. We have KG. D-Mac, you're out tomorrow, right?
Yes, sir.
What do you got going on this weekend?
A bunch of stuff. We got the Lions game. I'm going up north. I'm going up north doing
appearance?
Darren McCarty brand stuff.
All right, there you go. Sean Belizean in tomorrow, I believe, right, Spenny?
Probably.
That's the word on the street. Nickel package Friday.
Word never reaches me.
Yep. Nickel package Friday. Bourbon Friday.
You goddamn right it is. Don't play with me.
Did you hear that, though? What? That 3-year run in the draft?
It's crazy.
Penei Sewell, Aleem McNeil, Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Go through the
Barnes.
list from the beginning. How many guys are on the field this weekend? So, go.
How about I'll give you just the possible gold jackets. And mark me. If I'm out of school, mark me.
Fair enough.
The certain gold jacket's Penei Sewell.
Yep.
I believe the certain gold jacket is Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
Aleem McNeil got a big second contract.
Still up in there.
Still loading. Yeah, he's not
still loading.
Yeah. He's got to stay healthy.
I see where you're going.
You see where I'm going, though. You could make a case.
Absolutely.
Extend, and that doesn't even count. Like Derek Barnes is like a solid guy.
Yeah, real solid.
Aiden Hutchinson.
Gold jacket
loading.
Yep.
Health provided. Jamison Williams.
Possible. It's very possible.
You could make a case.
You could make a case.
Is he only going to get better?
Yes.
Kirby Joseph.
If
Yes.
he keeps up this.
Keeps up at this pace.
Just like leading the league in interceptions.
First team All-Pro.
Right.
Little stuff.
His numbers have improved every single year.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yes.
Sam Laporta at the tight end position.
Yes.
Has a chance, right?
I know he's having a down year, but yes, without a doubt.
Brian Branch.
Yes.
I wasn't talking about guys that are good.
Yeah.
I'm talking about dudes you can make a case for a gold jacket in 3 years' time. That's insane.
There's nothing fraudulent.
The league has never seen a 3-year draft run like that. Never seen it.
I'm just amazed at the fact we got guys to a second contract. I remember when that wasn't even a thing here. You remember how you was with the Red Wings? Just win a face-off. Just get a guy to a second contract.
Just get a guy that can win a face-off. Right. We'll go from there. So,
God damn.
Again, man, like that's what it is. That's why they're good, dude. Like it's not tough to figure out.
It's not.
It's really not. Antonio D, now just to hear you list that, man, so many great players on one team from one man in 3 years. One man in 3 years.
He's still not done. It's not done, y'all.
It's all absurd.
He can strike anywhere in the draft. That's what makes Brad Holmes special. It doesn't matter whether it's 32, no matter whether it's number 2. He can strike wherever in the draft and come out with something good.
And that is true also. IT Hips, I don't see them signing J-Mo, unfortunately. There's way too much talent on first contracts to sign.
You still got another 2-3 years before we got to make that decision.
That's right. 1,000-yard season from J-Mo in 14 games.
Yep.
I know what I see. They know what they see. Peaceful Tim, give me any Brad Holmes draft. The dude is unreal.
Mm-hmm.
And D-Mac, every time I go back and do this, because I do this occasionally, where I'll just go back and appreciate it, and every time my mind is blown. Every time. Who's drafted like that ever?
You can argue the Chiefs, but that's about it.
But not like that.
Not like this, no.
Again, totally.
Well, you know where it's more of the conversation when they finish it off. And then you go back to how it was built and how it was done. Which gives you why is that, like, nobody should ever question, the talent evaluation. I mean, because look at out of all that, who's the most questionable? Jack Campbell at 18. But now you see the thought process.
But D-Mac, you know what's even more amazing about it? They've got a profile that they draft to. It's not like they just spun the they spun the wheel and like took a couple of questionable character guys.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe took a Randy Moss and it panned out.
Right.
Had a lucky run. Like they've done it against the grain. Pretty much all of those picks were panned by people to some degree.
Yeah.
Me included, the Jack Campbell one.
They did the smartest man in the room while actually being the smartest man in the room.
They've got to have set a record for trying to be the smartest man in the room and being the smartest man in the room.
To your point, you know what they did? They did the check the ID at the door before the talent. It's a character. That's how they put this team together. Not so much on the field and by the stars that these guys were given, but by the people that they were. That's what we're dealing with. It's the culture of the people, because then they molded them and got the most out of their ability to get them at the highest level, and obviously saw something. But first and foremost, like you said, why is it built differently? Because they built it on men. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even to the ones that are questions like Jade that needed to grow up, knew that there was growth in him.
And they could take him on.
Surrounding him with his Alabama brothers. And being smartest man in the room and thinking above the rim, but being on the same page and knowing. Right? It's doesn't it, if you're reading a book or watching a movie, doesn't it make sense as it's playing out, because this is what Sheila told us too about these guys, to trust the process because of this, and now they're opening up. Oh wow, and this is why again, please. Her flowers, just a little bit.
Just a little bit,
because where
please.
it started, but this is all part of the process. It's like Harry Potter, right? More and more into the magic world.
What about this too? Answer 14 in the chat. Goff keeps playing like this and adds a Lombardi, he's going to go to the Hall of Fame too.
Guaranteed.
As he should.
Guaranteed.
And he should count as a draft pick because they took him off the scrap heap.
Yeah. I mean, Brad Holmes did scout him and help draft him over there. So.
Right. Yeah. But never forget this, by the way, too, for like the Jayden Daniels crowd. This plays into it because it's a fact. We got paid to take Jared Goff. We got compensated a first-round pick in the NFL draft to take Jared Goff. Think about that for a minute. And the discount to market that his money is. Even still. That's why. That's the why, man. That's why the Lions are great. It's all done at a discount to market. It's all done the way that they want to do it. And people talking about it, those are 4 surefire Hall of Famers at minimum that we listed off that he brought here in 3. That's insane. His draft tenure is insane. Dante 151, the Big Orange Super Chat. Not sure on giving J-Mo second contract. Yeah, let's just let the fastest wide receiver walk in free agency. I'm sure no one else will pick him up. Oh, wait, someone will? Wow. Come on. Now, guys in the chat, what are we doing anymore?
Just retarded, man.
J-Mo's a dog. Love J-Mo.
100%, man. 100%. He's the way that man blocks on run plays.
Mm-hmm. He loves ball. Like you said, they have this niche. This guy they go get. It's guys that love ball. J-Mo loves ball.
Guess who ain't experienced that? The Washington Commanders.
Spenny, that's such a great point. Where it's got a whole bunch of guys, no matter what talent, that love to come to work and love to be around each other and love to, like, do this. This is what they all love to do, and figuring that out, and that goes to it. Like, no one's going, oh my God. Yeah, nobody likes to be hurt and stuff like this, but they're finding a way to get back out there to battle with their guys as quick as they can.
Patrick in the chat. Yeah, I disagree with Lions fans who are saying Washington got lucky to draft Jayden Daniels. You do get who you get. It's not luck. Well, Patrick, it was lucky for them that the Chicago Bears were in front of them.
Or not the franchise.
Yeah,
right.
Clown organization.
Yep.
And you watch, dude. Watch the Bears not hire Ben Johnson or Aaron Glenn.
They're going to hire Mike McCarthy.
Whoa, but
100%.
They're going to hire
Ben
Mike
Johnson, you don't want to go there.
Ben Johnson, if he's going anywhere, it's going to be
Vegas,
the Raiders.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. If I'm going anywhere, I'm going to Vegas.
I think he's going to end up in Dallas.
No,
hell no.
Deion's going to be
That's
in Dallas.
Deion's job. It look like
with a bag.
No.
With $85 million guaranteed.
He ain't putting up with Jerry Jones. Come on now. Why would you leave this to go deal with Jerry Jones?
Yep.
Rain Dakota comeback tour.
If anybody
in the cold Dakota rain.
Spenny, let the fans watch.
The live watch party and post-game show at Woodward Sports have a new home for the playoffs. They're going to be at Gillies downtown, so make sure you come check us out. It's going to be a lot of fun. Presented by New Holland Brewing Company, Sabbath Coffee Roasters, Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza, and 1800 Tequila. Like I said, new home, no longer at Hayes Social. For the playoffs, Woodward Sports will be at Gillies.
Ground zero.
Ground zero. Come out there. It's going to be a blast. It's just going to be an insane environment. Come join us at Gillies for the live watch party and post-game show.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Back-to-back NFC North Division champions. The Detroit Lions are playoff bound and ready to eat the kneecaps of anyone standing in our way. Follow Woodward Sports as we cover the best season in Detroit Lions history. Go Lions!
Talk about pressure, we live in pressure. That's where we freaking thrive. You did it again.
From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Neil Rule here for FeldmanAuto.com. That's right. There's 18 Feldman Automotive dealership locations around the Metro Detroit area. So it's not just Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer, which we will be at live Monday, by the way. There's Kia, there's Ford, there's all the major automotive brands are represented under the Feldman umbrella. They've been around since 1996. They're rooted in the Detroit community. They do great charity work with the Children's Miracle Network hospitals. Yes, they are all about Detroit. They've been here for a long time. So it's very simple. Go to, just want a car? All right, I want a car. Okay, FeldmanAuto.com. Find car. Start the buying process online. There you go, everybody. FeldmanAuto.com. All right, final segment of the show. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. DMAC will be off tomorrow. In the Super Chat, how about this one? Orange Lemon 312. By the way, Kirby has the same amount of interceptions that Ed Reed had for how long he's been in the league.
Through the first 3 seasons, yeah.
Yep.
Spanny, can you take a look at the Winter Classic?
Yeah.
jerseys?
Oh, yes. Good catch, D-Mac. I forgot about that. Yeah,
somebody asked me, and I said,
Fire.
Saucy.
Fire.
And the first thing I thought of is Sergey would love those.
These, I like what they're doing because obviously they're playing at the Horseshoe.
Yep.
I think they're paying homage to Michigan and Michigan State here because the jerseys are Michigan State-ish, and then the helmets, they got the winged helmets like Michigan. I think they're paying homage to the college teams here. I like these a lot.
Yeah. Neil don't like the helmet, but the helmet is fire to me.
I think it's cool.
I like them.
Why don't you like the helmet, Neil?
The stripe down the middle.
Looks like a football helmet.
The stripe down the middle.
That's what I think. I think there's a point to that.
I think, like, step out. Maybe we'll finally eventually see a black jersey for a Winter Classic.
God, I hope. There's still, I think, the coolest Red Wings jerseys ever from the one I got, the Datsuk one. I got the Winter Classic jerseys where it's like the cream.
Yeah, cream. Yeah, that cream and red. Those are so fire.
I love those. It's like a different style. It's like the super old English.
That was the game at Michigan Stadium.
Yeah,
right? Yeah. It was electric. I went to the.
That was cold.
And we
played the game before. I love those jerseys.
I have Mo Sider and Lucas Raymond's reactions to seeing them.
Oh yeah? Let's run that. I like that.
I mean, that looks sweet. No? Oh wow. I mean, it's hard to beat a classic jersey like this, so.
That's nice. That's really nice.
Kept it really, really simple.
I like the big numbers too. It's a little old school.
So flashy.
Yeah, that'll be exciting. Sick.
And then obviously down here, the Stadium Series will be a nice eye catcher, I think, for the boys.
It's a sick jersey right there.
I mean, I have to say it's pretty awesome.
You could see the octopus poking out of the bottom there. Let me try to.
Okay.
Now, the Winter Series, the Winter Classic's cool, man.
Yeah, they never really go wrong.
Like, look, you can see.
Series will be a nice eye catcher. I think the Stadium Series.
Right
Yeah, that is cool.
Sick.
And then obviously down.
It's at the bottom.
Right there, right on the bottom of the jersey, the little octopus head poking out.
Yeah. See the purple right there?
Yeah. Oh, that's fire.
That's a nice little touch.
It is pretty fire.
Yeah.
It is.
I love Mo Sider, dude. How can you not love that guy? He's a stud.
Big Cuz agrees with you. He said the creams were the hardest, no doubt.
Yeah, that cream and red.
The creams were so sick.
Cream and red just go well together. It does.
Yeah. I got the Datsu cream one. As soon as I saw him, I was like, all right, I gotta get one.
That Legends game though at Comerica Park, while it was cold, freezing, it was awesome. It was awesome to see. It was awesome to see Sergey back out there. With all due respect, D-Mac, it was awesome to see Sergey out there.
No, seriously, why does it smell like cacan wee-whiz in here?
Sorry, man.
Yeah.
Don't be.
Wayne's got some iconic Winter Classic games.
No, they do. Absolutely. Anybody trying to you going down there spending for that game or?
Chase was talking about it. I don't know. I kind of want to. I've never been to one of the Winter Classic games, so I kind of want to. But one thing we are doing, shout out Ryan Letts, we're going to Monster Jam.
Yes, we are.
We're
of course.
We're all the boys. We're going to Monster Jam. We're getting the press passes. Maz is going to get us hooked up with the PR. It's at Ford Field on like February 22nd, and we all bought these sick ass graphic tees. Les is going to bring his camera. We're going to be shooting content. It's going to be. I've never been to Monster Jam. My boy went.
The monster trucks.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I got a sick ass grave digger. Yeah, I got a dope grave digger graphic tee. My boy went last year with his girl. He said it was a lot of fun. I've never been, so I'm really excited, honestly.
I've never been either. I'm a virgin, so looking forward to it.
Nice.
It's loud in there, just so you know.
Oh yeah, I can't wait.
It's very, very loud. Lentz is in here. D-Mac, we got to do the bit for Fox 2 after. I forgot to tell you.
All right.
Yeah. So we'll knock that out real quick. So you'll catch us on Fox 2 this weekend. D-Mac, any last words for this? Is it for you, D-Mac? We'll see you on the other side.
Get ready, all that energy. I mean, this is what everybody's been waiting for, built for, just like the team's ready to play. I expect everybody to their best effort. We'll see everybody at the watch party at Gillies. And,
yes, sir.
Go Lions. Oh, big game, Red Wings tonight. Let's get this East Coast trip off to a win. So
Pistons play tonight too.
Pistons tonight too.
And let's just keep them rolling.
6 seed on the line. Pistons win. They're the 6 seed.
Motorcade.
Mm-hmm. I cannot wait.
There you go.
I'll be tapped in.
Kate is about to take this game personally.
No, that's
I can tell you that.
Tyrese Halliburton. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Payback time.
I'm locked in tonight.
Payback is a motherfucker.
I'm locked in. I don't have to be anywhere tonight. Yep. I want to get my feet warm.
Hell
yeah. I'm
going
to try. You know,
get you a heated blanket.
I got to go to Hot Topic.
Yeah. All right, everybody for D-Mac.
Tune in
Chris
to
and the
Heavyweights.
Gibson,
So,
baby.
Heavyweights tonight, emo edition.
Emo edition.
Tomorrow
yes.
on the morning show, we are cutting somebody's finger. No.
All right, for D-Mac, for KG, Spencer Raxter, I'm Neil Rowe. Thanks for tapping in. Oh, someone asked in the chat, is that Ryan Lentz behind? Yes, it is the GOAT Ryan Lentz.
The GOAT.
For the GOAT Ryan Lentz, I'm Neil Rowe. Well, see you later.